Hey family, it's Tasha, Mom Bear Preppy, and welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Get your drink, pull up. We're about to talk about it. We're about to just talk about real, kind of just loosely. You know, I've got my notes, of course, but we're just going to talk about kind of what to focus on. Really, I'm just going to talk about what I'm focusing on, what my family's focusing on, my thought process of what's happening around us and how we're preparing for that. And then hopefully that gives you guys some ideas as well. So, you know, I get comments all the time. I get negative comments all the time. That's not new, but, you know, for example, you know, I talk about the importance of food and getting preparedness items and all these things and where things are right now. And then I'll get comments like, well, this is BS and you're just talking, you know, out your bum and nothing you're saying is true. And yeah, it floors me when I hear things of people not taking concern, right? People that say, hey, this is BS and this is not the truth, right? But one thing it does make me too is sometimes it makes me angry, but it makes me sad because, you know, I could just spin off on that person and say, well, congratulations, you know, you're, you know, going to be part of the millions of people that are caught off guard and are not going to be ready. Their families aren't going to be ready and they're going to perish, right? You're going to perish because you're not ready and you're not going to have food, water, meds. You're not going to have the basics to kind of pull you through a tough time, right? A tough event, right? Because they think that nothing is happening, right? Folks going to the store, still seeing food. This is the thing. I'm going to keep saying this, even if it makes that one person that doesn't believe, that doesn't prepare, but it makes that person go to the store and check the shelves, or even not go to the store because I said that, but the next time they are in the store, they are looking up the shelves. They are paying attention, because by me making them do that, maybe when things do start to turn in their area, or they do start to see holes, or they do start to see stuff, then it's not going to be such a shock and they're going to still recognize it for what it is, right? They're going to remember these words that crazy chick talked about on YouTube, and they're going to see that, and it's going to make them, you know, jump into action and do something, right? Which is possibly going to put them ahead of a group of people that are completely not ready to go, right? But at the end of the day, if you're not doing this stuff, thinking about this stuff every single day, day in and day out, and really concentrating on the things that need to be done, there's a chance that you're just not going to have enough done, right? And I don't say that to scare people, but I say that because the urgency needs to be there. And this is not something you just do and then I'm done. I've completed what I needed to complete, and then I'm just going to go back to that mindless life of just doing whatever. This needs to be an everyday thing, a lifestyle thing, right? Food preservation needs to be part of your life, right? It can't just be, oh, I got a canner and I did a little bit. This is cool. Now put it up. I've got a few jars of food. Okay. So let's talk about this. Things to focus on. And this is kind of where I'm at. Food, water, meds. That's always going to be the top of my list. Where do we stand with food, water, meds? Bulk items. Even somebody like me, I'm going back around now. You know, I did the video the other day on staples, right? A list of staples to get, foods to concentrate on. And a lot of those foods are cheaper foods, especially when bought in bulk. And so now even me, I'm going back through my stores, I'm going back through my inventories, and I'm taking a look at what I have. How much do I have of stuff? Is it enough? You know, I do bake bread, right? And so now even me, I'm like, do I have enough flour? Do I have enough sugar? Do I have enough of these materials that I want to be able to be comfortable and still continue to make bread and not worry about, oh, I can't make bread because it's going to take too much flour, or it's going to, you know, whatever, right? So even me, somebody like me, I'm going back through. I'm really thinking about my tribe, the tribe that's coming. What bulk items do I really need to concentrate on for my tribe, for the people that I know are coming to this location when something happens? And although we've been preparing, we are planning already, but my eyes, I'm looking at it at a different view of like, no, Take a look at your bulk items again. Take a look at what that group eats. Take a look at everything, the menu, everything, and really take a hard look at, do you really have the items and the specific things that you're going to want to have for that group of people, and to get you through, right? You know, medicines, can't stress that enough, head to toe, the different things, holistic. You know, I said last week I was going to do nothing but holistic stuff. I did a couple fire cider tinctures, and that's it, right? But I have a whole pile of herbs and stuff that I need. I have a ton of fresh herbs I need to cut from the garden that I need to get hung. I have a ton of herbs that I bought that I need to do tinctures. I just have a lot of stuff to go and do. And I found myself thinking the other day of all the people that do the 9-to-5 job. And then you come home and try to do this, try to preserve food, try to put up food, try to garden, try to do these things. And I think of how tired I am. And I'm somebody who's retired and able to do this all day. And I'm exhausted. And so I think, you know, bless you if you're that family that is doing it, is killing it, is working a 9-to-5 job and then coming home at night and doing the things on the weekends. I mean, it's a lot that people are doing right now to get their families ready and focusing on. And I think that food, water, meds is at the top of that. I think wellness, right? Preparing for your wellness stuff. Concentrate on, you know, obviously just got my hair braided. My girl, you know, she did a whole oil treatment on top of my head, and my head needed it, man. It was dry. It was, my head was soft. It was almost bruised feeling it, I needed it. And it wasn't a vanity thing like, oh, I need this beauty thing. No, it was like she was doing it. And I was like, man, my scalp really, really needed that, right? And so it got me thinking about the wellness stuff. Look at your wellness preparedness items. Look at your foot stuff. Feet are really, really important. Look at your medicinal stuff that you have for keeping your eyes healthy, your ears healthy, your throat healthy, your mouth, your oils, different hair oils, skin oils. Look at the holistic stuff. Just really look at that stuff and make sure that you're prepping the right stuff. Tribe, right? We're about to be you know, looking at my tribe and really thinking about it lately, as of late. And I got a lot of Valkyries in my group, right? A lot of females. But I was like, wow, you know, for years and years, I've thought about myself as far as tampons and different things. I got to make sure I have enough for me. But then I got to thinking the other day, like, no, I got a whole group of Valkyries, man. I need way more of that stuff, right? If I'm really truly preparing for this tribe, my tribe. And so concentrate and take a look at the wellness aspect of things. Where do you stand with that, right? Make your lists your list. So I sit here and I do videos all day long of lists, and people sit here and diligently take notes. Oh, I need that. Oh, thank God she said that, right? But I'm not you, right? I don't know the things that you and your family use, right? And so you need to make your own list. You need to go through your house, make a list of all the products that you guys use, right? Whether that's wellness products, whether that's food products, what are the staples that you and your family eat? Stack those, right? You don't have to stack rice because I told you to stack rice. If you guys don't eat rice, stack what you guys eat. Maybe you guys eat potatoes. That's your like go-to staple. Then stack potatoes like crazy, right? Make your list off of what your family eats, uses, the wellness items that you guys use. You know, maybe there's certain products that you guys use for getting clean, for hygiene, for laundry, whatever it is. Make your own list, then do an inventory of where you stand with that, and take a look at it. What kind of deodorant do you guys use? Make a list of that stuff, and then stock up on that stuff, and make sure that you have the things so that you're not missing holes. Because if you're just listening to somebody, me, that's like, oh, get these things, and then you end up with all these holes because you're using stuff that I don't use, or I use but I just didn't talk about in a video, right? So really just focus on filling those holes and really taking a look at what you and your family use, and then you're just simply ensuring, hey, let's make sure that this is stockpiled a little bit, so that, if some hard times come our way, we have this stuff, right? Reusing stuff. plastic baggies is my biggest example I can set, right? People reuse your tinfoil, reuse your jars. There's tons of stuff you can reuse, right? Gallon baggies. I don't know about you guys, but once something's open, a lot of stuff goes in a plastic baggie, right? Whether it's a freezer item, whether it's a snack item, and there's all types of stuff that really does not mess up the bag hardly at all, right? Because we open a bag, we keep the product in the same bag, but we roll it down and then we put it in the gallon baggie to protect it. Let's say it's some frozen vegetables that we opened, right? Well, when you're done using that, you barely use the bag. Really, you just use it to try to keep the air away from that food, while it stayed in the freezer. So reusing that stuff, stop throwing stuff away. It is going to matter. We need this stuff. You need to keep the stuff, conserve stuff, right? Don't overly use stuff and then just throw it away. I know that's what we're used to. We're really, really bad about this as a society, right? One man's trash is another person's, awesomeness, right? Do not throw stuff away and reuse everything you can. You should not be throwing away no soda bottles, no juice bottles, no water bottles, no jars that you finished of food that have great lids. Do not throw that stuff away, okay? Do not throw that stuff away. You do not know how that will come in handy at a different time, okay? So please, please, please preserve. Right? I'm trying to focus even myself on food preservation. I'm doing so much that I'm finding it hard to share even, right? I do so much. I'm so tired. I'll do several things and then I'll realize, man, you could have taken pictures. You could have showed some people, helped some people, gave people ideas. But I just don't have the time and energy to share every single aspect, every single thing I'm doing. But I can't stress enough that every single day you should be preserving something. I'm trying to preserve every single day something, right? Whether it's a tincture I did for the day, whether it's pressure canning something, whether it's dehydrating something, whether it's water bathing something. Every single day, I'm trying to do something that has to do with preservation, food preservation. That could just be harvesting from my garden and figuring out the game plan of what I'm doing. Is it something that I'm preserving right away? Is it something I'm putting in the freezer for a while? Is there stuff in the freezer that needs to now be pulled out and preserved? So sometimes food preservation is just that, right? It's just going to the garden and harvesting, taking a look at stuff in the garden, That's another thing too is, I feel like I talk about it till it's blue in the face, and that's the starting the garden thing. It's not too late. Gardening is year round. Now, I get it. Some places it's not year round, but you should be trying to excel to the point where it is an all year thing, right? Right now, you should be thinking about those fall, winter gardens. What kind of foods grow outside in the colder weather? Plants that do well in the colder weather, in the, freezing type weather. What do you need to do to make those plants as hardy as possible? There's still time to do that stuff. And again, I know a lot of people are in apartments, and I'm telling you right now, if I was still in an apartment, I would find a way to do this. Even if it is a small scale vertical garden on a wall, pick a wall, dining room, a wall, whatever, okay? Pick a wall and have some small herbs and plants, right? Have some basic small level stuff. It does not have to be these huge plants of basil, huge plants of stuff, right? Just get your basic herbs, right? Just get a little bit growing. A little bit goes a long ways when it comes to herbs, okay? I grow these big, I just need this big old plant of herbs, and half the time don't even use all of it, right? I have to consciously tell myself, don't let that plant bolt, don't let it die off. You got to get it cut off, dry some. You need to make a tincture with some. You need to cook with some. You need to dehydrate some. It's a constant thing that, you're trying to do, but you don't need that much, right? And herbs are easy and they'll keep growing back. So you can cut them down and they'll keep growing back, okay? So at a minimum, that's what I would be doing. I'm not saying, hey, start growing tomatoes and potatoes in your house, in your apartment. If it's not possible, then it's not possible, okay? But there is some stuff that you can do on a smaller scale. It's just like, how you took half of a room or you took that extra bedroom and you put shelves in there for extra food and food preservations, take up a corner of that same room and then make it a little garden corner, right? Again, don't need a whole lot, okay? You'd be surprised what one good size full spectrum light can do for you, okay? And step your game up, put that by a window that gets a lot of sunlight. There's a lot you can do, okay? But again, you can't do it if you don't try. You know, I'm getting very, very close finally to starting my indoor garden. I've been talking about this for months. I know people are like, she keeps talking about it and she's not doing it. It's coming, I promise you. And I'm going to fail. There's going to be aspects of that I'm going to do. I'm going to show you, I'm going to bring to you, and that I'm going to fail. They're either the light's not going to be right, the plant's not going to do well indoors. I have all this grandeur of stuff I plan on planting, and some stuff is not going to do well. It's just not, right? Whether it's the dirt, whether it's light, whether it's the air quality, whatever it is, right? But you're not going to know this stuff if you don't try, right? Focus on food and preservation and learning how to do that and growing your own food and harvesting that food and putting it up. I don't care if you barely get any peppers and you only get enough to make a couple jars, right? A couple pickled jars of peppers, or you only get half of a jar worth of peppers once they're dehydrated. Like, don't stop because somebody's telling you, oh, it's not enough, it's not worth the effort. I've had a few people that told me like, well, I stopped gardening because the price was so expensive and I just had a low yield. And I was like, it's really not that expensive. Yes, at first, when you very first start, there's some costs up front. But as you move on to new seasons, there's less and less cost. And I just don't stop, okay? Because yeah, maybe there wasn't a yield, but do the research and see what's happening. See what you need to change. Why is there a low yield? What can you do? Testing the dirt, right? Look in that area and see what other farmers and growers are doing and the issues that they had with growing that plant maybe in your area and what extra they had to do, right? I'm having some issues now with just all of a sudden I'm having some issues with some mold and some fungus. And I've been doing natural holistic stuff for my garden this whole time. And I've never had a huge problem, but I'm just now starting to see it pop up on certain plants, and not the whole plant, just here and there leaves. So I'm already seeing some things change with, I guess, the weather and the atmosphere and things. And so, I'm going to have to do research and I'm going to have to see what I can do, right? Whether I can just keep going forward with the natural things I have, but there's levels to that too, I'm finding out, right? There's stuff that's natural, but is stronger than maybe this other natural remedy, okay? So don't stop is what I'm saying. Like, now's the time to focus. Now's the time to focus on the cash, right? Continue. Lately, I've just had hardcore feelings. Every single time I've been out, I get a feeling of go to the ATM and take out the max. I've been doing that. Every single time I'm out and I get that feeling, go take out the max. I'll be out doing whatever else. I'm doing something else, okay? And every single time in the last 2 weeks, my gut, my God, whoever, whatever reason, I get the feeling, take out the max money of cash that's out of the ATM. You're out and about, get it. So lately that has been on my heart heavy, taking out cash, taking out cash, taking out cash. Super heavy, okay? And we already had cash out. So, right, we have our emergency cash. We're not going to be hurting if something happened right now, but something is telling me take out that cash the last couple weeks, right? And so I've been doing that. I've been listening, okay? And you can take that for what it is. You can take that for I'm just silly. You could take that for that's God telling me. You could take it for whatever you want to take it for, baby. All I know is I listen and I've been taking out that cash, okay? Let's see what else. I already talked about that. And the other thing that we're kind of working on is it's starting to get cold, right? The weather is turning, the air is turning, it's changing, it's cooler. I'm walking up to windows and feeling a serious draft, right? I'm feeling that coolness. We wake up in the morning, it's crisp, right? You can feel it, okay? You go outside, feed the animals, it's crisp. So it's coming hard and fast. I mean, it's hard to believe we've already been back in the house an entire spring season, an entire summer season. That's crazy to me because I feel like it was just yesterday we got back. So we got to think about weatherizing. The temperatures are changing. Where do you have with your stoves, wood stove, gas stoves, doing your basic maintenance to get stuff ready, basic weatherizing, taking a look at pipes, insulating that. How are you going to maybe block off some windows that have way too much draft? We live in a very an older house, right? 60s. And so for us, weatherizing, getting that stuff, how you're going to battle keeping the heat in and all that. And if we lose power, what does that look like? There's a lot of stuff. Preparing the garden for winter, right? Preparing outdoor stuff. Everything you are doing now, it's time to think about how you're preparing. I know people who have been preparing for winter for weeks now, right? Months, right? A lot of farmers and homesteaders, they start winter prepping months ago, right? So it's coming. It's coming fast. And I think that this last part of the year is going to be just like spring and summer, and it's going to come hard and fast. And so take a look at what you can do for your area, what is needed, what else you need to get, what other items you need to get in case you are a family who's caught off guard and does not have power at some point. And how do you keep your family warm, right? During the winter time, during blackouts. Think about this stuff. Fires are popping up. Our state is on fire, right? Tons of fires going on right now. And preparing for that, right? Really bad air quality. Just things are changing, right? It's changing quickly. And so do what you can do to continue preparedness for you and your family. Take a look at your list. Take a look at the things that you still need to get for winter, for water, for food, for meds. Every day that you get to wake up and you're able to just go on Amazon and order stuff, or get up and go to the store and buy something, is a blessing. I see it as a blessing, because when things hit, it's going to be like, oh snap, here we go, right? Here we go. It's about to pop off. And a lot of people are going to continue to do the comments like, this is BS. You're talking about stuff that's not going to happen. We're never going to run out of food. We're never going to have to deal with this. The dollar isn't going to crash. America is great. And, you're talking a lot of nonsense. The problem is that's not what is happening around us. If you would open your eyes, that's not what's happening, right? There's a lot of examples of how we are going in the wrong direction. And eventually that is going to catch up to us. And that's the sad part, is it's going to catch up to us. Right now, things appear to be halfway okay. And I only say halfway okay because people can still go to the store and see stuff on the shelves, and then they just feel great. Like, okay, she doesn't know what she's talking about. There's tons of food in this grocery store. We're fine, okay? But keep paying attention. Keep watching it, okay? Keep paying attention. I don't know what you guys are talking about in the comments below in the live chat. I hope you guys had a good weekend. We had a really productive weekend. Again, I feel like I have a 9 to 5. All we do is just work, projects. Schooling started back up. So little ones and homeschooling, that's going well. We're doing a actual paid program this year. And it seems to be already way better than the program that we had for homeschooling last year. So we'll see how that goes. I hope you guys are well today. Blessings. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Take care. Bye.